toughest things to do in all of college football is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see, the number 15 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. And the Buckeyes will kick it off to get us underway. He'll bring it back looking for help. The coverage team maintains his discipline, not much doing on that return. So Florida State's offense will go to work first. This wide receiver matchup is one that we've been waiting to see. You have two guys on either side, Jesse, who are really going to make the secondaries nervous.
Oh, they should, because these guys can take the top off of defense. You've got two very dynamic individuals playing on each offense, and if I'm playing quarterback in this game for either team, I am going to take my shots and get...
There he goes! He was running through tackles and picked up the first down and finally got knocked down. The Seminoles want to pick up the tempo.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. Hit him with a big one on first down.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
Throws for the tight end. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. The Seminoles will send out the punt unit. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. On his way back from the 20. He gets a block. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. Buckeyes offense will try to get something started with their first possession. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Give to the running back. Forced out of bounds, and they'll mark it dead at the 34.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, go get positive yardage.
This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Just feeds the running back. Turning it on. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
The Buckeyes come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Leaves it with the back. And he finds his way out of bounds, real close to the goal line there, knocking on the door.
Yeah, and it's a nice decision by the quarterback. When you run these RPOs, man, if you can give it to him and you can get such positive yards like that, continue to do it. Make that defense react a different way, then I'll throw the football.
Leaves it with the running back. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. The Buckeyes want to move quickly. They'll use the running game on first and goal. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? They'll try to power it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
How about that way to start a game? They didn't even attempt to throw. They just ran it meticulously down the field, and that guy caps off a beautiful start to this game with a touchdown.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much.
And this defense, we know, they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense for a reason. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay in a hurry.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And that's why he is an All-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's picked off and he's thrown a dozen of them. He's brought down, a short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
And he makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his 2nd of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Unleashes one. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Quarterback making adjustments. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. And they can't make the connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. But the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And the pass to the sideline will pick up a short gain.
And I love the discipline on defense right there. Big 3rd down. So everyone keeping their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the ball, making a tackle. Great team defense.
They're throwing for it on 4th down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. Really good job there. Don't force anything. Take your time, and he finds his man for the 1st down.
Yeah, and I think really good job by seeing the defense.
Headed to the end zone, and he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
And they did tack on the extra point, by the way, knocked it right down the middle. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the 1st quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Trying to pick up a 1st down. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And it is a good idea to gang tackle. 1st guy couldn't get him. 2nd guy finally did.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
All right, if you're a quarterback in that situation, you know there's nowhere to go, so just
cut your losses.
You're right, absolutely. Slide, don't take the extra punishment. You just give up on the play.
He just missed the target on that one. Got to put it on his body.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Noles will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Makes a nice grab at the 25. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Decent field position to start this drive from their own 33. They're going to test the right side with this one. Oh, he's got some space. They'll get him down at the 48 after the 15-yard gain.
And obviously this guy's been hyped up, and we've talked about him in the Heisman race. What do you have to do? You got to finish strong. The voters are watching what you do at the end of the season. Awesome opportunity. Put together a 100-yard game last week. Put some stats up. Get a bunch of touchdowns. You know, really finish strong so you can get in that Heisman race and maybe go win that big trophy.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. The run to the right. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. As they unpack the pile, it's part of Ohio State's DNA to have a lethal running game.
And this is a trend, Reese. We can go back as long as you want to go back, and we can go back a couple years to J.K. Dobbins, and we can go all the way back to Eddie George. They always find great running backs at Ohio State.
They get him off his feet after a pickup of 5 down to the 25. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here, and they were able to build that lead into double figures. Let's take a quick look at our early stats before we move on. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Looking to fire. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
How about the coverage by the defender on that throw? It was as if he knew where the ball was going to go. He practically ran the route for the wide receiver before swatting it away.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down. It's complete to the left. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a first down on the play.
How about this offense? They're rolling. They got a couple first downs together. Defense. Next, what's your response? What do you got? You got to make some adjustments here.
And the Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. They're looking to pass from the red zone. And they dialed up the shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
You know, as an offense, you just don't get that many great opportunities in games to hit these type of big-time plays. When plays like that present themselves and receivers are open, as a quarterback, you have got to make that throw.
He just tossed that one out of bounds. You avoid the sack, you avoid the turnover. You've got more plays here on third down. This crowd knows this defense needs them right now. They just keep firing. Flips it out in the flat. Brings it to the open. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Buckeyes will try to move the sticks on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Finds him out of the backfield. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. They've got the lead and trying to put this one in a hammerlock here in Week 10. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further.
Yeah, how about the design of the play? Doing a great job. Get it to your man, your running back, now turn receiver in space, and let him do damage. Let him catch the football. He can do the rest. Be that special player in space that you know he is, and get into the end zone.
Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They've got nothing done so far, and they already find themselves in a 3-possession hole, Jesse.
Yeah, and as a head coach, you're wondering, what didn't I say?
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at at the 16.
Man, this defense has been so impressive to watch. Look at them. Get to the quarterback, get the sack. They play so fast. It's like they have 12 men on the field. Another good performance going down right now. Coming off of last week, putting a goose egg on the board against their last opponent.
And the Seminoles headed quickly to the line. Third down play from the gun. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Intercepted. Takes it the other way. The 30. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And that's got to feel good, and that's a play this young man is never going to forget. His first interception of the season. Great job reading the QB's eyes and getting to the football.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Everything's been working so far. They've had it 3 times, reached the end zone on each occasion, and now they're back to work. Going right to work up top. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he's left with no option. He just threw it away.
And that goes down as incompletion, but that's a smart play. And the QB coach and the OC will be very happy with the decision of the quarterback. He got outside the pocket. He obviously was he's outside the tackle boxes. He knew he could throw it away as long as he got it past the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, nothing open. Live to fight another down.
Really good running. Gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16. The Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun on 3rd down. Got the quick pass. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Yeah, and that's one of those where you just look at the coverage. You look at down the field, taking away all the options, making sure you don't throw that ball downfield to get the first down. The only option, check it to the running back. Now I close that space. Nice job tackling.
And that is the advantage of having versatility at the running back position, right? It's 4th down. Everyone in the stadium thinks he's going to get the handoff, but because of his ability to catch the football, he's a weapon in the passing game. And on a critical down distance like that, comes up with a huge first down.
And they stop him just short of the goal line. They'll mark it at the 1.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you could tell.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment be danged. You talk about home field advantage. Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Okay, guys, the Florida State offense returns to the field. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. To the ground with the back. Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
That's a really nice play. It's impressive. Where it's 1st down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, good call by the defense there. They dialed up blitz into that running play, and the linebacker able to make the stop.
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Looking left. Just a little bit too much juice on that one as the freshman was taking a shot. The Noles send out the punt unit. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. To the air on 1st down. Just a little off. Incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
The quick out. At the 40, there he goes. Wide open on the right. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. And they'll stop him after a minimal pickup. And the Seminoles racing to the line in a hurry up. Second down, they'll go to the air. Using the quick game. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. Pressure coming. And they'll bring him down for the sack. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Seminoles will punt it away on 4th down. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. They'll christen this drive from the 28-yard line. First play of the drive, wants to throw. Quick completion on the out. There he goes. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
And running backs who can add to the passing game, they can be so dangerous because once they get the catch, they're operating in much more open space than they would be on a handoff. And it really also tests the linebackers' coverage ability and those DBs' tackling ability.
Here's the give off the left side. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
You know, these linebackers have to be so good at zone coverage of reading the quarterback's eyes to get to the ball. You saw that linebacker do it.
Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. Good timing on the quick out. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40.
Great job by the running back here on that 3rd down catch. There was no wasted movement. As soon as he got the ball in his hands, he turned around and he got upfield. That's what you got to do. You got to be decisive on these 3rd down type plays to move the sticks.
He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. And the Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. The run to the left. He now has 84 yards rushing, and that should be no surprise. He's been among the nation's elite all season. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. The Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Couldn't find anyone open here, and he'll live to fight another play. It'll be 3rd down.
In most instances, I would say really, really nice decision by the quarterback. But when you've got speed like this guy has, I think you'd sometimes, instead of throwing it away, would like to see him take off and see if he can go make something with his feet.
And they took a shot on that one, but couldn't make the connection. It's incomplete.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
Turning it on. Got some room, entered to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about addressing a 2-minute situation and using almost all of the clock, adding to your lead and creating more momentum going into the half. Great execution by this offense.
Florida State, 0.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Offense has enough time to get off a play before we head to the half. They'll run it out of the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
And it should come as no surprise we have ourselves a fun matchup in Tallahassee. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust his strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. With that said, let's send it back to the guys at Doak Campbell Stadium.
Thanks for that breakdown, Kevin. They're lined up and ready to kick off this second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Not sure they had to adjust much as they'll try to build on this lead. Trying to set the tone with the run. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Great offenses always stay ahead of the chains. That run right there, now you're in a good position. It's not 2nd and long. It's not 3rd and long. Now it's the whole playbook's open. The defense really has to honor run and pass on the next snap.
Stop behind the line of scrimmage, and that is a rare sight for this defense today against this guy. They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll try to do it himself. What a nice job by the defense stringing that out and forcing him out of bounds. He got nothing. The Buckeyes will call on their punt team. They'll look to pin him deep. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. All right, guys, here comes the Florida State offense onto the field. Back to throw, it's Harvin. And he will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. The Seminoles now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Gets it to him on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15. The Seminoles will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Cradles it at the 35. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for the position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Quick pass on the fly motion. He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. Trying to pick up the first out of the backfield. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line.
Well, there's the advantage of having